Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about entering a new season. So as we know, we are in December of 2022, about to start a new year. And I've just been thinking about some things that I've been experiencing and really just thinking about entering something new and what that takes, and maybe tips on dealing with that. But I really think that right now I'm entering, or God is trying to pull me into a new season. And with that, I think that there are some things that are required to fully move into that new season. So the first thing that I want to talk about is consistency. That is really weighing heavy on me right now, is the power in being consistent. Even when you're tired, I made a video about this, I think yesterday, but even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's not convenient, in order to enter that new season of your life, you're going to need to be extremely consistent, because consistency over time equals growth. Bottom line, whatever you do consistently grows, whether that's positive or negative. So yeah, I think that's going to be a main thing, y'all, is just being consistent. Being consistent. I used to try to tell myself, or as I was going through this phase where I was telling myself that it's okay to not be consistent. Why do we always think that we have to be consistent? And I feel like that belief is changing a little bit. Like, I think that it's okay to give yourself grace when you're not consistent, but it is very important to be consistent if you want to see any type of change in your life. Like, that's just what it is. Let me see. There was something that I read. Okay. My next point is having a new level of mental discipline. So I think this is extremely important as well, because when you're entering, or when God is trying, well, when you're entering a new season, I think that you have a level of awareness of where you're trying to go versus where you are. And so with that, I think that you are already aware of some of the mental mindsets that you may have, the thought patterns that you may have, just mental habits that you have in general. And I think in order to move into this new season, you're going to have to be very disciplined with how you are thinking, what you are allowing into your mind, and your reaction to those thoughts. I just caught myself kind of thinking negatively, or just having thoughts, and they were giving me anxious feelings. And I had to shoot it down. I had to shoot it down immediately. Those kind of thought patterns, and everyone's, it's going to be different for everyone, but those kind of thought patterns have no room in this new season. And so you have to be very aware of what you are thinking about, what you are allowing your mind to focus on, and what kind of mindset you are carrying. You know, if you're always thinking that nothing is ever going to change, things will never get better for you. You can't grow. You're not enough. Your life is whatever. That is going to prevent you from moving forward. It's going to prevent you from seeing any change in your life. And so, yeah, I just think it's going to be very important in order to enter a new season, is to let go of those negative mindsets. And you have to play a very active role in changing that and being aware of those things. One thing I've been doing is praying over those toxic thought processes, because they really are sick to the soul, y'all. They really are sick to the soul. Like, if you have no control over your mind, you have no control over your life, essentially. So you have to learn and ask for guidance on how to really govern your mind is very important. So right when you hear those thoughts or those negative beliefs or whatever creeping in, find ways to shoot those things down, whether that's saying scriptures, which is very powerful, or or just telling yourself, like, look, we're not thinking like that today. I don't know what's going on, but we're not doing that. But you're going to have to be very disciplined mentally in order to move into this new season. You're going to have to let those mindsets go completely, honestly. So my third tip is not indulging in those old behaviors. So that's going to be a hard one. It's going to take some time, but I've been feeling tempted to do things that I used to do, or do things that I've been doing. Like maybe being on my phone a lot, or watching Netflix all night, or, things like that I know that I'm being called out of. So you're going to have to really, really be aware, once again, of these patterns and these behaviors, and on a daily basis, make a different decision. You're going to have some self-control to not indulge in things, like even simple stuff, y'all, even simple stuff. Like, I caught myself going to look at, or thinking about going to look at somebody's page on social media. And this person, I cut ties with, I haven't talked to them or anything, but yet I really wanted to go to their page, see what they were doing, see what they were talking about, whatever. And I really had to stop myself, because that is a habit that I have had, and how is that serving me? How is that serving me to go and see what this person is doing when they have nothing to do with me? You got this person out of your life for a reason, so why are you going back? Even if that's as simple as going to their page, simple as going to someone else's page, y'all. Like, I'm not talking about like really, really big habits or really, really big behaviors. It's the small things. It's the small things. It's in the details. Change and progress is in the details. So yeah, something as simple as that. Checking your phone all the time. Something as simple as having the strength and the discipline to not pick up your phone. Something as simple as having the strength and the discipline to go to bed 15 minutes earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, really making small decisions to start doing something or to not do anything anymore. It's in baby steps. And then my last tip for entering a new season is to start doing the things you feel called to do. Start doing the things that you feel called to do. I feel like that's probably one of the biggest things. Because even if you're consistent, even if you are mentally disciplined, even if you are letting go of old behaviors over time, if you're not actually doing the things that fulfill you, that make you uncomfortable, that is rooted in purpose, then in some way I feel like you still may be stuck. Because I feel like a lot of times purpose is tied to authenticity. You know, whatever you feel called to do is a part of who you are. And so to actually actualize that person and who you're being called to be, you have to do that in which you're being called to do. I really believe that it will change you, you know, from the inside out. I think it's very powerful. This just came to my head, but I just thought about, I was watching this pastor speak, and he talked about in order to starve your anxieties, you have to do that by action, by doing, by putting things into motion. A lot of times, fear and anxiety and all these different things sit on us and they take root in us because we aren't moving, we aren't doing, we aren't pursuing anything. So I think it's important, you know, start doing whatever it is that you feel called to do. Whether that's be creative in some type of way, through blogging or through journaling or through cooking or through singing or through talking, teaching, whatever it is, you know exactly what it is. And it's going to be different for everybody. But you have to start moving in that direction. You have to gain some kind of momentum in that direction to actually see something new. So basically, out of all things that I said, out of all of the things that I said, in order to move into a new season, you have to do things that are new. You have to do things that are different. You have to do things that are uncomfortable. Being consistent is not easy. It's almost 2:30 in the morning right now, and I did not want to film this video, but I knew that I had to for myself. Consistency, it really is a form of self-love. It really is. Because when you show up for yourself and continue to show up for yourself, it brings you a level of trust within yourself, a level of love within yourself, you know. And then when you start to be mentally disciplined, you start to uproot all of the things that are not really you. So I believe that all of the negative mindsets and thought patterns and things like that, they were either taught to us, they are rooted in trauma, they can be demonic, and the list goes on. But I really think that we were not called to think poorly of ourselves. We weren't we weren't created with these negative mindsets and these negative, self perspectives. So I think being mentally disciplined is going to help us to actually get rid of those things. And when you change your mind, you change your life. And then just, taking the baby steps to not do those little things, those mundane things that we think that don't matter. Like I said, I'm not talking about really big things. I'm talking about small things that seem insignificant. If you could let go of those things, I really do think it could change your life, and bring you into that new season. Because it's just weeding out things that no longer serve you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, something as simple as not checking someone's social media, like that may seem so insignificant, but it's very powerful. You're not allowing that person to take up space in your world anymore. You're not allowing, like, even letting go of social media. Like, maybe you have one app that you get on every now and then, but you don't get on it all the time, but you still check it from here and there. But completely getting rid of the page. Stuff like that, like completely getting, like, you feel like you're not attached to it because you don't check it that often. So why can't you actually let it go fully? You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, like just little things that you kind of have been going back and forth with, but like completely letting it go. Completely letting it go, completely stopping those behaviors and saying, look, this type of stuff don't have any room in where I'm going. This type of behavior is not the type of person I am becoming anymore. It doesn't serve me. It's in the little things, it's in the details. And then the last one, just doing things that you're called to do. That's just so powerful. There's so much power in movement. There's so much power in freeing yourself and allowing yourself to do things, no matter how they may look, no matter how they may be judged by others. And when you're in purpose, I don't know why purpose keeps, I don't even talk about purpose a lot, but it really is stuck with me right now. But when you're in purpose, I feel like it just opens up new things within you, especially if you weren't operating in your purpose. It changes you from within, like I already said. But yeah, I think that these tips can really help you. I really think that right now God is trying to do a lot of new things in my life, but it's going to take me being consistent, disciplined, letting go of old things and actually doing the things that I was called to do. So I hope this video helps you. I really hope that you can take something away from it. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.